and Hendricken's athleticism. Let's see what we're in for here.
It does look like they are starting 5 guards. Decent size on the floor for Hendricken. Opening tip falls into the hands of Avile Santos. And Cumberland hands off to Kolek. They're looking for the first bucket of the game. Jumper blocked. That's Weeks Tyrone blocking Kolek's shot.
Yeah, Tyrone Weeks is a heck of a player, and he's very athletic. He was part of their Tyrone Weeks' their football program as well. We called his name number 23, athletic as heck. Cumberland opens up 2-3 zone. They're athletic up front, and Dante Avila Santos, the transfer. And I'll tell you what, Jalen Watson can flat out shoot threes. He had 59 during the regular season. We saw him against Mount Pleasant lighting the scoreboard up, and right away, Hendricken's pressure has already got the Clippers on their heels.
Fiorito shot, though, blocked by Zankin on the way up. Crucial stop there for the Clippers. Avile Santos guarded closely by Sanchez. Zankin walks his way back to the three-point line, and Avile Santos resets the offense. 10 on the shot clock. Zankin backing down Weeks. The shot in the paint contested by Weeks comes up short, losing his footing, and going out of bounds is Jalen Watson. And we'll go back to Cumberland as Coach Gomes gets in the ear of the referee closest to him.
Yeah, Jackson Zankin been battling some knee injuries down the stretch here. He hardly practiced the last couple of weeks, but Cumberland got here, and by beating some of the big boys, they beat Middletown to get here, and had Rafferty. They're now looking to the hoop. The kid with the ball is a transfer from St. Raphael, Dante Avila Santos, also a great football player as well.
That's stolen away by Fiorito, feeds it to Weeks, and the finger roll. First bucket of the game for Tyrone Weeks.
Yeah, and here his experience and bringing pressure out here. Hendricken, as we said, has won 3 out of the 4 last state titles. Cumberland, the D2 champs in 16, 17, 12, and 13. They had the best regular season record in Division II, but they haven't been to a title game since 1943.
Yeah, we saw how difficult it is for Division II in our last women's semifinal. Johnson had the lead at the half. They ended up losing by about 20 points in that one. Cumberland down 5-0 early in the first half. In this matchup, they gave up the 3 and the finger roll to Weeks.
And Cumberland not very deep. They'll go to Mitchell Leiden on the bench, maybe Nick Morey a little bit. But, they're a good basketball club. You can't count them out for Coach Gary Reedy. But you said they're young. Jeff Ferreira, the senior captain out here, is one of the few seniors in this program. But the kid with the ball, Tyler Kolek, he is probably the most dynamic offensive player on the court here for either team. He can play.
Avile Santos feeds it inside. Zankin opens up the scoring for the Clippers. Good finish in traffic.
Great job coming out of timeout, getting Jackson Zankin averaging 17 points a game into the flow.
Weeks, who already has a bucket, ball rotated back near side to Fiorito, and they were looking for the alley-oop, but the whistle went before. Well, we still saw the alley-oop, it just won't count. And if you have any doubts about the athleticism of Bishop Hendricken, those should be assuaged at this point.
The official already telling the Hendricken coach to sit down on the far sideline. Doesn't want to hear it.
Avile Santos over midcourt. Zankin, the scorer for Cumberland, on the elbow. Avile Santos has had the ball in his hands a lot for Cumberland so far.
They're not even letting Tyler Kolek even catch the ball. He's being face guarded by Andre De Los Santos for the Hawks. They're not even going to try to let Tyler Kolek catch the ball. Battling the flu the last week or so was Tyler Kolek, where he looks healthy now. His older brother Brandon is down at St. Andrews looking at schools, and his father Kevin Kolek, a legend in these parts, a graduate of St. Raphael Academy and a great collegiate player as well, Kevin.
Three-pointer on the way from Watson, the lefty no good. Weeks comes away with the rebound and draws the whistle.
Well, here's once again where that third official on that line right there kind of makes that call where the bottom ref wouldn't have made that.
And that's going to be on Kolek, his first. Tyrone Weeks at the line. He'll shoot 2. Already has 1 bucket to his name.
Weeks showing his athleticism, getting to the rack right there.
We got a lot of lefties in this game.
Yeah, we do.
Watson shooting lefty, Weeks shooting lefty, Kolek, you mentioned, a left-hander.
Lefty, yeah.
The rise of the southpaw in this first semifinal.
7-2 Hendricken, and like Tyler Kolek, the ball's in his hands, but they're not going to let it get back to him as they're trying to run him off the screen here. Rafferty and all lefty, by the way. I forgot to tell you that, too. Just nails that three.
And that looked pure as Raftery pours it in. And now, after an early firestorm that continues as Watson hits his second three of the game, which is going to say that the Clippers had it down to 2. It's all of a sudden back up to 5. Kolek starting to the rim, draws the whistle, and that looks like it's going to be on Andre De Los Santos, who I don't even think De Los Santos has touched the ball on the offensive end. I think his only job is to shadow Kolek when Hendricken's on defense.
Yeah, he don't want Kolek even touching the ball. I mean, he's a great ball player. He has a chance to become the all-time leading scorer at Cumberland High School as he kind of wishes that one in.
Yeah, a little body English to get that over the front edge of the rim.
Sometimes it doesn't hurt you, as long as it works.
And Kolek, a little more muscle on the second free throw. 3-point game in favor of Hendricken.
A 1-3-1 half-court trap by Cumberland, trying to extend the defense.
Pull-up jumper rattles home. That's Fiorito, his first bucket.
The junior Bobby Fiorito. Dante Santos, a little out of control right there, going to the basket. I thought he had something going, and credit to Hendricken defense right there on the stop.
So Weeks will walk the ball over half court. That's the one thing about this Hendricken 5 on the floor. All have great handle. Different guy can bring it up almost every trip. Skip pass, kept in play. Sanchez rotated to Weeks. Weeks spins into the paint. The floater rattles it home, and he's got 6 early points for Hendricken. He looks like a solid player, the senior Tyrone Weeks.
Yeah, he is, and good move right there in traffic. Tyrone Weeks, Cumberland playing a 2-3 zone.
Kolek, three-pointer on the move. And you mentioned he's got the sweet stroke with the left hand. His first field goal of the game.
Speaking of sweet strokes, Jalen Watson has 8 early for the Hawks.
Well, we've got some firepower on both ends of the floor right now. There are some serious basketball players out there. Kolek trying to get away from 2 white jerseys. Oh, Weeks, the quick hands, knocked it away from Raftery. On the floor to scrum. We've got multiple bodies wrapped up, and it looks like down there at the bottom of the pile, Jeffrey Ferreira did enough to win the jump ball. That'll keep the ball with the Clippers.
Yeah, Jeff does little things on the floor, like hustle for loose balls, plays great defense. Not really known for his scoring, where Kolek averaging 24.9 points a game and Zancan 17 are the leaders offensively here for Cumberland.
Oh, and Kolek passed it straight to Watson. Watson has an early 8 points. Weeks, his first three-pointer of the game, no good. Oh, great work, and that's going to be Ferreira with the bump. Gets called for the whistle as Sanchez goes tumbling.
Well, here's the one thing, too. If you're Cumberland, you got to rebound. You cannot give Hendricken second and third chances because they'll come back to haunt you at some point.
Substitution here as number 14, Zach Brooks, a junior, checks in for Hendricken. Moving it around the perimeter. Back to Fiorito. 16-foot jumper, Fiorito knocks that down. He's got 4.
Hendricken's shooting the ball really, really well.
And Ferreira and Weeks got tangled up on the way down the floor. One of the refs just slows it down. Have those guys work it out.
Yeah, good job by the official right there. A little extracurricular stuff going on here and there. And so they just slowed it down a little bit and experienced officiating crew.
That allows Mitch Lydon to come on for Ferreira. Oh, Kolek's pass stolen by Watson, and that's going to be his second.
Yeah, Tyler Kolek with a second foul. You probably won't see him go to the bench. You just have to be smart defensively, and it's tough. It's a hustle play. You know, you're trying to get the ball back after you just turned it over. Maybe a little frustration by Tyler right there.
Inside to Weeks, little jumper, 12-footer. Weeks is good again.
Hendricken has come out on fire shooting the basketball, and it shows with a double-digit lead, 20-10.
Weeks already has 8 points. Kolek in the paint, tried to feed it across to Zancan. That's knocked away. Weeks is on the run, going to the rim with the right hand. Weeks has 10. The lead is 12. The timeout from Coach Reedy as Cumberland is getting shell-shocked early in this one.
Yeah, Hendricken going a little bit, get Zancan going a little bit inside. As now Hendricken comes out 1-2-1-1 diamond press. You know, almost the game before Johnson, Cumberland, first time here on the big stage for them. You know, they built for this year, they built for next year with the number of underclassmen they have. But I think they tell you it's not about next year, it's about this year right now.
Zancan guarded by Weeks. Three-pointer from Leiden, and the rebound skied for by Robert Fiorito.
Good shot, good look by Leiden there in the corner.
Ball moving around the perimeter quickly. The runner in the lane, too strong, and Zancan gets the rebound. That was Zach Brooks' first shot of the game.
Cumberland very active in the zone. Hendricken being very patient, moving the ball very well against them.
That's a kick there on Fiorito.
Yep. Cumberland, if they're going to try to stay in this offensively, probably going to be a little quicker offensively and try to get that ball inside when they have the opportunity to do so.
Avile Santos will inbound. You could hear Coach Gomes from here asking someone to figure out where Kolek is. Again, that job is going to Andre De Los Santos. Avile Santos in the lane off the square. Three-point play opportunity, maybe a momentum builder for the Clippers.
You know, at some point in time, Tyler Kolek's going to have to get involved. Not that he's a, quote, decoy. You can't use him as a decoy, but for now, if you got something else going on here, as Avile Santos misses his free throw, then so be it.
Quick hands from Kolek, knocks it away from the spinning, I believe that was, number 11, Angel Sanchez, who was trying to get to the rim. Kolek has Weeks in his back pocket. Actually, that was Zancan, I believe.
A good job by Zancan right there with the ball, pushing it down the court. And Tyler Kolek's got to be careful, though, too. You know, he has 2 fouls and showed his quick defensive hands right there. But, you know, you don't want to pick up a third foul here early on. Nice pass by Leiden to Kolek.
To the rim, Kolek finishes with contact. It's been a struggle, but Kolek already has 7.
You know, good job, good body control by Tyler. Every time he goes inside, he knows what he wants to do with the basketball and showed his basketball IQ and acumen right there.
Good ball rotation, moving this zone around. Hopping into the lane was Fiorito, and he'll go to the line.
Like a good block from here where I was sitting, although I don't want to question the officials, but it did look like a good block from where we were sitting.
Yeah, might have got a piece of him with his offhand. I think certainly a close call there.
I think a piece of the ball, and this way the back ref saw it, but regardless, Bobby Fiorito averaging 8.6 points per game for the Hawks will shoot this free throw.
And he already has 4. Nudges himself up to 5 as Ferreira checks back in for the Clippers. Brendan Raftery, who's hit a 3-pointer in this game, will head to the bench. Look at, even on the free throws, De Los Santos is just shadowing Kolek, shoulder to shoulder. I mean, De Los Santos is almost playing his own game right now, not really involved on the offensive end whatsoever. You know, kind of reminds me of Bruce Bowen back for the Spurs in the NBA, the way that they just designated him to take out the best player on the opposing team. That's what De Los Santos' job is. Here on the offensive end, he's going to get involved.
Well, you call him out defensively, and he makes a great athletic move offensively. Hendricken, meanwhile, steals the ball down the other end. It's Cumberland is careless. Now they have numbers. Leiden pushing the ball.
Spinning into the paint. Oh, tried to hand it off to Zancan off his fingertips. Here's De Los Santos again, looking for more. Watson catches shooting, and that's going to be a neck ball.
Unlike the girls' game, you don't need to get a second ball to knock that off the
Nope,
rim. Weeks just went up and said, I'll get that for you.
Yeah, you don't need to go get the mop or sweeper to prop it out there. You've got guys who can just hop up and tap it out.
So that's what Weeks just did right there.
Oh, and that's a loose pass. And it will be a backcourt violation on
And Mitchell
Hendricken.
Lydon stopped right there. He probably should have went after that basketball.
Yeah, certainly could have tried to win the foot race against Fiorito.
Cumberland will only play 6 or 7 guys in this pace of game and down by 12. You know, they need to probably stem the tide here pretty soon with 7:35 remaining here in the first half.
Here's Kolek trying to get away from De Los Santos. I almost wish we had a second camera that we could just stay isolated on those two when the ball's on this end of the floor, because it is entertaining to watch those guys. De Los Santos is doing a really good job. He's playing this matchup very well.
And if you're Kolek, who just got free right there.
Avile Santos with the contested three in the corner. And Kolek was frustrated he didn't get the ball as soon as he came off that screen. One of the few times he's gotten away from De Los Santos.
Yeah, you got to try to give him the ball when you get the opportunity to. There's that same alley-oop play.
Oh, what a finish.
Fiorito to Tyrone Weeks on the alley-oop off the back of the zone.
Long three from Kolek, back iron. He got an ounce of daylight, took the shot. Can't really blame him. Oh, that's a tough finish getting to the rim. Sanchez, his first bucket. And Hendricken's lead has ballooned to 16.
It's the pace of play, the speed of play of Hendricken. They just keep coming. They're relentless. They keep coming after you as Brendan Rafferty now replaces Jeff Ferreira. Tyler Kolek, you can't get frustrated as now Weeks is playing him. So Hendricken just putting a fresh body on him the whole time here.
Now they switch off. Weeks is on Zancan. De Los Santos knocks it away from Avile Santos, excuse me.
Cumberland in need of a hoop here.
Oh, good look for Zancan. The follow-up effort. Good baseline out of bounds play there by the Clippers. Gets them a bucket. Pull-up jumper by Fiorito. Halfway down, all the way out.
Yeah, you know, you get 2 or 3 buckets a game on your bobs, and you know, some trickery, and all it'll be worth it in the long run.
Raftery corner three. Long rebound of Avile Santos. Off the square. Too strong on the floater. Transition numbers for Bishop Hendricken. Fiorito had to chase that ball all the way down into the corner. To the rim. Left hand. Too short. And Zancan gets the board.
Yeah, sorry. Good rebound by Zancan right there. You know, true center. He'll play every minute that he can without having to get a rest out there. With Kolek attacking that pressure, Hendricken just doubles the ball on them.
Ooh, and De Los Santos was looking for the behind the back.
Trying to be too fancy sometimes.
Threw it off his own behind. It goes out of play. And Weeks was trailing that, and I think he wanted the alley. 14-point lead for Hendricken.
You know, if you're Coach Gary Reedy, can you make adjustments? You know, what can you do from this perspective of maybe trying to run him off a screen? And he has been open running off screens, but they haven't gotten the ball when they should have.
They have changed the matchups to put Tyrone Weeks on Kolek. Looks like De Los Santos is spending more time in the area of Zancan.
Which is a good move if you think about it. Now you got Zancan on the inside if Weeks is playing Kolek, but here on the inbound they switch back. Nick Morey's checked in, the other post player for the Clippers.
Zancan. Kolek inside. He's got a favorable matchup off the glass. Couldn't get that one to go. The follow-up, though, no good. Kolek tried to just punch that into the net. Too strong.
A little frustration by Tyler Kolek. You know, oh, my God, he had some good looks at it right there. It's a game of composure and runs. And, you know, Coach Stephen Lentz, the girls coach from Barrington, said in his halftime interview they were composed, and that's why they won the game.
Weeks High floating shot, gets that to fall. 14 points for Tyrone Weeks.
That's a great offensive set. I run the same set. It's an old BYU set where you just flash the back post, rotate the ball, reversal, and you just go short corner. That's a great set by Hendricken against the 2-3 zone.
Zancan powering his way to the rim. Doesn't get it to go off the glass.
Good strong move that time by Jackson. He just couldn't get the ball to flop.
Oh, Weeks, the follow-up through the lane, no good, but fell kindly into the arms of Angel Sanchez, who has his 4th point of the game.
Yeah, the Clippers just can't match up on the boards right now, and they miss some easy opportunities in tight.
Zancan 3 quickly taken, and that's going to go back to Bishop Hendricken out of bounds off of Kolek.
And here's the difference, too. It's kind of one and done for Cumberland on the offensive end, where Hendricken's really, really pounding that glass.
Yeah, the amount of times that Weeks has come crashing to the glass and either gotten a board or a putback opportunity.
Coach Brock Geiselman, very vocal on the Cumberland bench. You know what he's thinking, trying to exhort his guys along with Kyle Landry out on the court there for Cumberland.
Walking it over half court is Angel Sanchez. Daniel Kennedy checked in during that timeout, as well as he's wearing number 21, not on the roster. Not 100% sure who that is for Hendricken. Long outlet to Avile Santos. He's going to go to the rim, and they're going to call the charge. And, of course, it's the one guy. we don't have his number on the roster. Lays his body on the line, though, and gets the charge.
I'm trying to do some research here online. I can't seem to find it anywhere.
More than likely, young man either forgot his jersey or maybe had some blonde on it from earlier. Jumper from Kennedy hits the side of the backboard. Rebound falls kindly into the arms of Nicholas Mori. Avile Santos to the rim. That's a good finish.
Very athletic move by Dante right there to cut the lead down to 16.
Weeks powering his way to the paint, working on Kolek, and it's going to be possession to the Clippers.
Jackson Zancan back in the game. You know, big 3 minutes here if you're Cumberland. Yeah, you're down by 16, but you get an opportunity here to stem the tide, maybe put a little run on. Try to keep the Hawks at bay and get it within manageable. Not that it's not manageable now, but give yourself at least mentally an opportunity going into halftime.
Yeah, it'd be great to get it down to about 10 or so. If you could get it under 10, that'd be excellent. Zancan to the rim. Through a couple defenders, Zancan has 6.
Great move by Jackson Zancan right there. He's doing now what he couldn't do a couple possessions. He's finishing. He went strong to the basket. Cumberland still sitting in this 2-3 zone.
A lot of subs on the floor for Hendricken. This is a chance to put together a run that gets knocked out of play. Last touch by the Clippers.
So Andre De Los Santos comes in, so Tyler Kolek has his shadow back.
Yeah, the defensive stopper back on the floor. He's going to run the point on this possession. 2-3 zone for Cumberland.
Cumberland satisfied to give that free throw line away. Jumper, and Weeks just ended up stepping right there, and Cumberland didn't rebound.
Yeah, they were proven right by giving up that free throw line jumper, but it fell into the arms of Weeks. And you mentioned he'll get a chance to go to the line here to make it a 17-point game.
Once again, it's zones are so hard to rebound out. You can practice it, you can work it. You know, Jim Boeheim, obviously, of Syracuse, runs 2-3 zone. They do all man-to-man drills. But when it comes time to playing in defense, they match up out of it, but they rebound out of it. And I think that rebounding is definitely a lost art, especially on the boys' side, because they're so athletic. They just jump and get balls, and when you need a box out, you just don't get it. That's my opinion.
Weeks, high arcing free throw, no good. Kolek nearly turned it over, went through the arms of Fiorito.
16 points for Weeks, averaging 22.8
on
the season.
No wonder why here, looking at the first half of this game. And that's going to be a travel called on Leiden, who tried to just kind of sneak a three-pointer before Bishop Hendricken's defense was set.
It took a little extra bunny step in there. Hendricken now with a different set, just relocating at the foul line. They'll swing the ball and try to get the ball in the backside screen at some point. 1-3-1 against the 2-3 zone. You go short corner or you get a shot from the wing like Fiorito just shot right there.
On the putback for Weeks, and he'll go to the line once again.
Yeah, at some point, if you're Coach Gary Reedy, I don't know, you want to think about coming out of your zone at some point, but the athleticism or just play man and try to pack and make him shoot over the top.
Yep.
Because right now, it's Tyrone Weeks is basically doing whatever he wants to do on the glass.
There he connects on the free throw.
Cumberland had cut it to 2 at 7-5, and then at 5, and then at 4 at 14-10. And after that, it's been all Hendricken here on a 21-10 run as Weeks makes his second free throw.
Is that his 18th point of the game so far there for Weeks?
Yes, it is.
Very close to a season average here in the first half. Morey. Kolek. 3 on the move. Wow.
That was a 2.
Foot was on the line.
His foot was on the line.
And he has got a good shot. He hasn't gotten a clean look where he's been able to set his feet, and he's made some long jumpers.
Very talented ball player, Tyler Kolek.
Weeks pass before his feet hit the floor, and that's going to be a travel on Fiorito. Again, minute and a half for Cumberland to try and put together a run where they get a couple stops in a row.
It's about manageable stuff is what it is right here. And right now for the Clippers.
When Kolek's right on the timeline there.
Yeah, all 3 points have to be over as Hendricken now has extended its defense into a trap, and that's a good job right there. Thinking about a deflect right here, and good. That's the kind of defense you save for like at the end of a half or at the end of a quarter. Of hey, let's just change it up. We'll come out and trap and get that 4-6 point run, and sometimes that can be enough.
And Cumberland would love to get it under that 16-point barrier. Right now, Hendricken making that different. Quick trigger for Watson. No good. Rebound tapped around by De La Rosa. Morey has it. Reverses it to Avile Santos. He bounces it inside to Zancan. Has position. Goes up off the glass. And he'll go to the line. A 3-point play opportunity for Jackson Zancan.
Great job by Jackson right there. Zancan holding on to the basketball. Good post feed. He felt the pressure, gathered himself, and then he went strong. Has 8, now try to make it 9 and cut this lead down to 13 with under a minute here remaining.
He just palmed the basketball as he walks up to the free throw line. Too strong. De La Rosa picks up the rebound. De Los Santos, excuse me.
Coming very content in this 2-3 zone, just sitting back there. The difference, obviously, Tyrone Weeks.
Too strong there on the three-pointer. And De Los Santos gets the rebound, and Hendricken can hold not quite to the end of the half. There's about a second differential between shot clock and game clock. But Hendricken will take this all the way down to the last moments.
Well, that's what happens, though. You shoot threes, you get long offs, and nothing. If you're Cumberland, you can't do anything about that. Trying to run through the double screen now is Watson.
Oh, that's stolen away by Morey. 4 on the game clock. Kolek's got to launch it from about 35 feet. Oh, off the square and off the front iron. No good. 38-24, 14-point game. Hendricken looks solid. Cumberland, though.
Brendan talked about at halftime, too. Will Cumberland be able to handle the 1-2-2 trap of Hendricken? Stay with their athleticism, and De Los Santos is on Kolek like he's been all day.
They're going to have to find a way to create more space for Kolek. He had 9 points in the first half, but he had to earn every single one of those points. And there he is again, guarded tightly by De Los Santos. Zancan, another important piece for Cumberland. These guys just juniors. Long 3 from Avile Santos. And the rebound, ping-ponging around, falls back outside to Zancan. Kolek, he's got space now. Elbow jumper, back iron. Weeks taps the rebound to his teammate Sanchez.
First good look inside that Tyler Kolek's had all day. They ran him off a screen. Good play call by Coach Gary Reedy.
Sanchez lowers his shoulder into the paint. No good. Weeks follow up. That is good. He's got 22.
Tyrone Weeks right now, a men among boys with 22 points here for the Hendricken Hawks. Looking to get back to the championship game for the 4th time in 5 years.
Seen just about everything from Weeks in this game, too. Little 12-foot rainbow jumpers, putbacks, rebounds, moves inside.
Alley-oops.
He is showing off all the skills so far. As hard as Kolek has had to work for his 9, Weeks has made it look pretty easy on his way to 22. There's the backdoor alley-oop to Zankin. Didn't get the high-flying finish, but the 2 points nonetheless. And there's a bucket much needed for Cumberland. Zankin averaging 17, having himself a solid performance so far in this game, using his size to his advantage.
Yeah, I think that Jackson was so surprised he was so wide open that just did a good job and made the layup. Meanwhile, going hard to the basket right there is Andre De Los Santos, who now has 4 points.
He just dipped his shoulder, got around the corner, and there's going to be a whistle on De Los Santos. Tried to sell the contact from Kolek and actually got whistled for the infraction.
I think at some point here, too, you can't exchange baskets. I know we're early in the second half, but you got to get stops and scores here.
Kolek hands it off to Avile Santos.
Brendan McGeer said that when Avile Santos came here, it kind of freed Kolek up from his point guard position.
Zankin, floater, logo shot, and then he's going to get whistled for the over the back as he skied over Watson.
Yeah, good box out by Watson right there as Zankin came a little short, a little aggressive going after the ball, and
just his first foul.
Picking up the foul. They used to put them across the board on that Author Rhode Island sign right there, but for some reason they don't have them up from our vantage point. Hendricken in no immediate rush either. You got a big lead and run your set.
Yeah, clock is your friend at this point. They're going to try and use every second of this possession. Weeks into the paint, hops to the rim, right hand. 24th on the night so far for Weeks.
Nice hop step right there by Tyrone Weeks. Nice little jump stop and some full court pressure by the Hawks.
Oh, nice feed by Kolek. Zankin had it knocked away on his way to the rim.
Good defense that time by Jalen Watson, stripping him.
Fiorito, little mid-range jumper. He's got.
Firstly, here's Hendricken coming out with a little spring in their step, trying to prove something, putting a chip on their shoulder.
Kolek gets it in. The guards for Hendricken pressing all the way up the court. Avile Santos runs past Fiorito.
Tyler Kolek calling for a foul from the official being held. Meanwhile, Avile Santos with a nice runner in the lane.
Yeah, Kolek thought he was being held by Sanchez.
Cumberland still sitting in this 2-3 zone.
Spinning, twisting, turning, Fiorito's jumper no good.
Well, you got a shot you wanted, not very efficient. Meanwhile, you turn the ball over, going down the other end.
Watson, he only needs an inch. That time he comes up short. Good work from De Los Santos to get the long rebound. Weeks to Watson. Watson. Sanchez rattles it home.
Boy, doing a lot of stuff on the floor, and they won't show up on the scoreboard is De Los Santos. That was a great hustle play right there. And Tyler Kolek's better watch it. He's starting to get a little mouthy down there. And the frustration, obviously, as you mentioned it earlier, is starting to mount. He's got to keep his head among himself.
And I think if you're Bishop Hendricken, you know that you've got him in a good spot right now. If he's starting to kind of verbalize some of the frustration, you've got him off of his game a little bit. You've made him work really hard. And there they call the whistle on Sanchez. He had an arm wrapped underneath the armpit of Kolek.
He's going to get a break. Zach Brooks now will check in and have the duties of guarding Tyler Kolek. Same inbound play where Kolek posts up. And once again, we call for a foul. Brooks. And the fouls are starting to pile up for Bishop Hendricken here early on. That's their 4th team foul, 4 minutes in here.
And they're playing very aggressively on Kolek.
On the same inbound play where Maury's going to catch it and they'll try to post Kohler up. And now they got Weeks on Kolek. I don't know if he'll be able to post him up.
Into Zancan. He traveled before he went up. Good idea, though. As soon as Weeks comes away from Zancan, try and feed one of your other pillars of your offense. Right idea. The execution just wasn't there.
Cumberland's still fighting here. Down by 20, but funny things have happened. You never know.
Well, they just need to get on a run where they can get Kolek and Zancan hot at the same time. The two juniors, they'll both be back next year. There's a good finish in the paint by Brooks.
Just coming into the game, making his presence felt both offensively and defensively.
Zancan working on a good matchup. Shot up and under, no good. Brooks catches underneath Ferreira. Weeks pull-up jumper. He gets that to go. He's got 26.
What a performance right here by Tyrone Weeks. 26 points in a little over 22 minutes. Brendan Raftery getting set to check back in for the Clippers.
Another shooter for Cumberland.
Coach Gary really likes him, says he's going to be the real deal.
Ferreira was in a lot of space there. Could have fired that one, and Kolek gets whistled, and he'll shoot three.
Yet to score this half, almost 6 minutes in, is Tyler Kolek. Just a little over 5 minutes, I should say.
Yeah, he's getting bumped and grabbed and knocked around and knocked down on the back of three-pointers. He'll shoot three. Worth noting that three-pointer he took there, contested by two different Hendricken Hawks. That almost went in.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to let Tyler even breathe there, as we've witnessed.
He's got two more from the line. These have got to feel good. You don't have someone in your face on these free throws.
So Cumberland with probably his biggest lineup as he can go right here with Raftery, Maury, and Zancan in the game at the same time.
I'm just trying to take advantage of the undersized Hendricken lineup out there. Kolek now up to 11 points. Lead, though, is 22 for the Hawks.
It was still a 14-6 run to open the second half here for the Hawks, and you're up by 22. Cumberland now playing man-to-man.
They've got Maury on Weeks.
Good
That's
block.
blocked by Raftery from behind. Out of bounds. Going to be off of Hendricken.
Cumberland changing it up, goes man-to-man here, down by 22.
Now just changing up the defensive look. Can you get a couple stops? Maybe make another adjustment?
And guess who's picked up right away?
Again, Kolek, no room to breathe. They're going to try and trap him. He gets it to Avile Santos, who's got a good look for three. That one no good. Tapped around too long for anyone in blue to get to it. Euro step and finish from De Los Santos.
Great move by De Los Santos.
Pickpocket there from behind. That was Watson knocking it away, and that's going to be a block called underneath on Avile Santos, as that was Fiorito in the lane.
Yeah, that's a no-brainer right there. Good hustle, good try to get back by Avile Santos. That's all you can say. Bobby Fiorito will get a pair. He's got 8. Make it 9. Just a reminder that the winner of this game will play the winner of our next game, Mount Pleasant and South Kingston, tomorrow right here at 6:30 on the NFHS Network. Girls will be on at 3:30, boys at 6:30.
Both teams have kind of ducked into the locker room, probably going to start getting their uniforms on, get ready to come out to the court in probably 25, 30 minutes.
Well, you might have some time because it's very early. It's still an hour and 2 minutes away, and there's only 10 minutes left to play in this game. So this game is moving rather quickly.
Zancan lost the handle, stolen away, coming the other way is Fiorito. No good under pressure from Kolek, and Raftery does enough to pull down the rebound. There's Zancan, a little finger roll right at the rim.
Good job by Kolek looking down the court. And there's another steal by Kolek.
12 points now for Zancan. Maury looking for a teammate. Gets it to Kolek. Kolek, Maury. Maury tried to hand it off to Zankin coming through the lane, had it stolen away, and Brooks goes all the way with, Sanchez all the way to the rim, extended finish.
Every time Cumberland seems to try to do something good, they just give the ball right back again. You know, they had to stop him. You can't be too fancy here, down by 26 points.
Avile Santos had it knocked away by Weeks.
You got to think if you're Hendricken, with a game to play tomorrow, if you're going to hold on to win this, as you most likely should. Once again, a beautiful inbound play. Zankin's all by himself. I don't know how that happened. It's the second time that happens.
Yeah, that had to be a defensive lap there by Fian because one of the best players for Cumberland was wide open 3 feet from the basket. Pass stolen by Kolek. He pulls up from deep, front iron.
They may be deep for other people, but not for him.
In his range. And it's probably the most open look he's got from the
Right.
field so far, so can't really knock him for taking that one.
No, you can't. He was he had 1 foot in the building. Cumberland now playing man. Weeks drives on Zancan. Good double team by Maury. Shot is up, being fought for. Nice tap play right there. Andre De Los Santos taps it to Jalen Watson, and the Hawks are now up 60-34.
Avile Santos needs to be careful. Raftery's open. 3 won't fall. This shooting from outside in this half has been a struggle. Alley-oop not quite on target for Sanchez, who then tried to pass it across to De Los Santos. Raftery all the way to the rim, and that's going to be offensive as Weeks got set underneath, and Raftery's in some pain.
Yeah, good job by Tyrone Weeks right there. You know, he set him up. Raftery put his head down, and he went, and Raftery's still lying on the ground. Coach Gary Reedy will come out and look at him. Petition down the stretch, and
Absolutely.
a year older, a year wiser, and the right guys to do it, you know, it'd just be a win-win for the Clippers.
Hendricken is losing a handful of the guys that we see having a great performance, including this young man there, Tyrone Weeks. He's up to 28 points.
What happens here is Maury's going to shoot the 3. You know, Hendricken is just, you look at their bench, and, you know, they got 15 guys on the bench, 5 playing, and it's next man up. That's a good extra pass right there, but Tyrone Weeks was not ready for the ball.
He gets called for the travel. We'll go back the other way. He's one of the seniors who will be making his way out of Bishop Hendricken. Jalen Watson also contributing in a big way. He's another senior for the Hawks.
Nick Maury, the senior, for 3 from the corner.
Rattles home a 3 here. Only the 3rd 3-point attempt made so far in this game. Only 6 3-pointers total between these two teams. 2 from Watson, 1 from Weeks, 1 from Raftery, 1 from Kolek, 1 from Maury.
Next game we'll see a little more as Mount Pleasant can shoot at will and get to the basket as well. Can Mount Pleasant.
Avile Santos, full head of steam. Good feed to Zancan, and they said Weeks went straight up. And it's going to go to Hendricken in a groan from the Cumberland faithful.
Yeah, a lot of people here from Cumberland, I'll tell you. The section in front of us is basically filled with like more Cumberland people than Hendricken people. They travel very, very well, and that's what happens when you don't get here for a while. And no disrespect to anybody, but it's just, you know, the fans come out. It's good pride in the community, no matter what sport you are. You're in a final, and that's the one thing that Cumberland has always done very, very well is they follow their athletic teams, no matter what sport it be.
A little bit of a ride to get from Cumberland up pretty much on the Massachusetts border, bordering North Attleboro. That shot no good. Zancan gets the rebound.
It's the ride that we made today.
It's about 45 minutes or so. 3-pointer. That's knocked down by Benjamin Keeler.
Yeah, Ben Keeler, the sophomore, knocking down a 3. And, you know, Coach Gary Reedy doing a good thing here with 6 minutes left. Get some of his younger guys some experience, right?
Yep.
Why not?
We mentioned at this point, 22-point game, it's about getting ready for next year, using the most of this experience. So get some guys who will be back on your team as Weeks. He's now had 30 points.
Amazing, amazing game by Tyrone Weeks.
Avile Santos all the way to the rim, almost had it knocked away. Good body control. Gets the bucket.
Yeah, it's going up and down. It's making plays and going pretty fast right here. And Cumberland's still playing. They're still trying hard. Just getting set to check in is Evan Marset, the junior guard for the Clippers.
Weeks into the paint, and he's going to draw the foul.
Marset's going to replace Mitchell Lydon, the junior guard for Cumberland. Also checking in for the Hawks is number 30, Damon Aldrich.
Yeah, Coach Gomes getting another one of his seniors on the floor, getting him some minutes in a big game. Contested shot, no good from Zach Brooks. Kolek tries to feed Zankin, who's in space, and the pass just too far for Zankin to catch cleanly. Oh, the putback dunk nearly there for Weeks.
He took off at the A10 logo to try to put that down.
And there's a
nice move by Zankin on the inside.
Yeah, more points in the paint for Zankin. Really putting in a solid effort on the interior.
Zankin exhausted, though, just grabbing his knees there.
He's played a lot of minutes in this game. He's barely had time to rest as Avile Santos goes coast to coast, and the finger roll falls kindly.
This is the other thing about being up so big. It's down to 18 by Cumberland. A nice little run right here after being down by 25. But you want your kids to play hard all the way through so you don't come out tomorrow with that lagging and, just in one of these games as the foul is going to be called right there on Evan Marset, the junior guard for the Clippers. And going to the line will be Angel Sanchez, has 8 points on the day.
Just checking on the recruiting profile of Tyrone Weeks. According to New England Recruiting Report, number 81 in all of New England in the class of 2018, which is the graduating senior class. In Rhode Island, he's only ranked behind Cole Swider of the St. Andrews School, 6'8", Villanova commit.
Yeah, Cole Swider, a great ball player down there in St. Andrews for Mike Hart.
Into the paint. Avile Santos wasn't sure what he wanted to do with it when he launched into the air. Ended up throwing up the finger roll that did not go in. There's a rebound, and there's a putback for Weeks.
32 points on the day for Tyrone Weeks. At some point, when do you take him out? You get another game tomorrow.
Absolutely. Might have that rematch against Mount Pleasant. We'll see how that second game of the afternoon goes. Down to 3 minutes and 10 seconds left. To the rim goes Sanchez. Opportunity for the three-point play. And they've got a couple guys who just, everyone chipping in with 6 to 8 to 10 points.
Jackson Zankin and Tyler Kolek will have a seat, which will end their season for them. Class move by Coach Gary Reedy. Taking out his stars to a thunderous applause from the Clipper faithful. Shane Mirbot checks in for the Clippers, along with Jacob Morey, number 1. Free throw is good by Sanchez.
So Coach Reedy clearing his bench, getting everyone minutes. Also coming in is Cody Plummer, a sophomore. Weeks heads to the bench. That will be the end of his night, and what a night it was.
Good effort by Cumberland this season. Coach Brock Geisman over there hugging every guy as he comes off. And that's the bond that's formed between coaches and players. That not only are you a coach, but you're a role model, and for some of these young men. And on a daily basis, you get to work with them and see how much they grow. And, good respect and admiration between players and coaches, and that's always a plus to see.
Senior Jared Missoula will get a run out here with 2:48 left in regulation.
His father, Dan Missoula, will be honored at halftime in the Rhode Island Legends. Dan, former player at Johnston and Bryan College when it was Bryan College back in the day. Longtime Parks and Rec director in the town of Johnston. Also coached Johnston High School for many, many years before stepping back. His son Joey played at West Virginia. His other son Justin is now playing at George Washington.
Oh, wow. Believe Justin was on the Hendricken team that won the state championship 2 years ago, if my memory serves me correct.
Yes. His oldest son is now coaching somewhere down in West Virginia at a small college. I can't think of the name. He told me last week. St. Joe's maybe? Runner in and out. Shane Calabro now in the game for the Clippers.
Yeah, he launched a three-pointer on their last trip down.
Wearing number 55. I don't know if you want guys not wearing 55 to launch threes, but Cal did it.
This is a run out here, and the dunk not converted by Robert Fiorito.
I don't know if that, he kind of, when he got in the middle of the air, he said, this is not going to work.
Yeah, I don't think he got his run up correct there. Kind of picked up his dribble before he wanted to, and that's going to be a whistle against Mizzou.
Good job by the officials. You see a bunch of subs sitting there and to get him in. I thought that was a foul on Missoula as well, but it's not. Just to get subs in, to get guys in the game. Cody Plummer checks into the game for the Clippers along with Corey Rodriguez. And number 42, Tyler Provost for the Clippers. Hey, why not? You can say you played. So everybody on the Clipper bench has been in the game. You get to say you played a game at the Ryan Center.
Yeah, and all these guys play a part in getting the team ready for, having a 24-2 year. You might not play a lot of minutes during game days, but everybody counts in practice, getting good reps, getting good looks. There's a three-pointer from Cody Rodriguez. Can't overstate the importance of your scout team, though.
Oh, no, you're right, because they're in practice. They're the guys who do it all. They get people in, they get people out, and they push the front team, and mass substitutions for Hendricken here. It's a T-shirt barrage by the credit unions every time somebody makes a three. We need to get one of those launchers, though. Like, they're going old school and throwing.
Some of these guys, this guy on the far side almost threw it up. There's some kids up in the second level that are calling for it. And they almost got it up to him, and he hit off the scoreboard ring around the second level of the facility. So someone's got a cannon.
Good segue. Very nice play on words right there.
It's a shot, and that's knocked down by Charles Hammond.
Boy, you want to talk about a team, the Hendricken bench is all up, jumping up and down as the junior forward. You said it, scout team, one of the bench brothers gets in there. And another one, look at the Hendricken bench jumping up and down.
Yeah, that senior James Mason with the run-out layup. And Mason working hard on the defensive end as well. Well, that's going to be a whistle against Hammond.
Good job by the Hendricken bench, too. It's just respect for the guys. As you said, same with the Cumberland guys. Yep. They push you in practice all day. They run scout team. They run every suicide that you run, every sprint that you run, everything you do, they do as well. And when they get a chance to get into a game, albeit a state championship game and a blowout, the bench is still engaged in them, and that's a great job by Coach Gomes on the Hendricken side.
Yep, that's a team that has each other's back up and down the bench, locked in, excited for their teammates who might not get as many moments during the year to shine on this stage.
Too much Tyrone Weeks, 32 points for the young man.
Yeah, single-handedly took this game over from the opening tip, controlled the pace, and he pushes his Bishop Hendricken Hawks to the state championship game tomorrow at 6 o'clock.